Welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil, and today I'm in Coseley. Yeah, the village of Coseley. I can't tell you the last time I came to Coseley. Probably I might have come, like passing through when I was on the way somewhere else. I haven't got a clue what's here. So what I tend to do is have a look around some of the streets around here. I'm going to go, there's a street just over there called Green Street, which I'm going to go up there and also check out where this canal tunnel, Coseley Canal Tunnel is, and have a look, see what kind of shops they've got to offer here, the people and the passers-by of the village. So let's go and have a look and see what Coseley's got to offer. Well, this is Coseley, the village of Coseley, heart of Dudley, and here is Castle Street, and there's a few shops on Castle Street. I'll be coming down Castle Street a bit later on. It's a very busy area. We've got Mason Street just here. Ahead of me is Vicarage Street on this small island. Central Avenue, or Central Drive I should say, just ahead. And this is Green Street just here, and this is where I'm going to go. I'm going to have a walk up Green Street here in Coseley. Green Street was created a few years back to ease the congestion through Castle Street, and there's a pub there over yonder called, just through the thickets there, it's called the Apple Tree, and that was built in 1961. Two Apple Trees pubs actually in Coseley. This one was built after the original Apple Tree was demolished in Castle Street. We're just at the back here where there's a car park, and you can see the rear of Heron Foods and one or two other places. Greg's you can see there, over there on the left. Over there where you see all this green area, that'll be the Birmingham Canal. Along this particular stretch of Green Street there would have been a soft drinks factory. Oh, I don't know what sort of soft drinks they made. Was it Corona, Alpine? Not really sure. But as you can see, it's a very busy road. And along this particular stretch as well, we'd have had the fire station. Yeah, Coseley once had its own fire station. Just here we've got School Street. But at one time School Street would have continued straight on over there towards Castle Street. And as you can see now, the Green Street now has dissected School Street. So we're heading School Street West, and we got this Pelican crossing here. But I just want to have a quick look along here. This is the Roseville Methodist Church just here, and I just want to show you something just over here if I can. If I make a way across this little bit of wasteland, you can see a bit of good view ahead, because we're quite high here in Coseley. And if we were to walk down here, we will be able to see the Birmingham Canal. So let's have a quick gander down here. I'm not going to go all the way down here, I don't think, but you can just see, how steep it is. All these steep steps that will take you down to the Birmingham Canal, and where that wall is there, that's the tunnel. That's the Coseley Canal Tunnel just there, and the rest of the canal now is underground. And we'll try and follow the path if we can as to where the canal would be will be running, and already it would be continuing now underneath here, and continuing where all those trees are ahead. So I'm not quite sure how long the canal tunnel is, the Coseley tunnel. But yeah, there is a road actually a bit further on called Tunnel Street. That gives you an indication that there is a tunnel there where the canal flows underneath. So that's where the tunnel begins. So what we'll do, we'll carry on a little bit further along Green Street and see where it takes us. Would have been just here as well. I'm not 100% sure, but just here where this lights are would have been the original council houses of Coseley, the council house, which was built in 1896. With a fire station a bit further along ahead of me. We're all covered over now where all that greenery is. Just over there we've got a pub called the Old Chain Yard, which is mired in a little bit of controversy at the moment because the Oak Tavern company who own it, they want to convert it into an Asda superstore, as if we don't need another convenience store in town. But that's what they want to do, and I think plans were submitted earlier in 2025 and they were rejected, but they've resubmitted the plans apparently, so they're determined to get this over the line. The Old Chain Yard. Well, the Old Chain Yard, I believe has been there since around 1855, the original, but the new one was built, that one you can see now was built in 1938 and has been there ever since, and it was called the Red Lion. In 1991 it changed its name to the Old Chain Yard, as the area itself I think was nicknamed the Chain Yard, but eventually, who knows, all that area could be an Asda. Awful, isn't it, really? Anyway, this is Bayer Street, and as I mentioned earlier, look, just ahead of me is Tunnel Street. This road here is called Avenue Road, a very imaginative named road, wasn't it? An avenue is usually tree lined. Well, there are a few trees along here. Let's have a look down Avenue Road, then, shall we? Now, just here on the corner, we do have a place called R. Hyde, a fruiterer and greengrocers, and yeah, very old. Isn't it a very old shop here on the corner? And you can see a bit of a ghost sign going on up there. Look, I can make out the word Ices underneath ice cream. And here is the Coseley Conservative Club, just on the corner. Banksy's, but I don't know if it's still... Oh, when you look at the state of some of these buildings, you think, are they still being in use? I'd like to think this Conservative Club was still going. It's got Banksy's on there. Banksy's is now closed down, hasn't it? In Wolverhampton. Here we have the Coseley Medical Centre, which just cross and show you that it was once the police station, I believe, used to be here. The old police station. When I say the old police station, I mean, I don't know, this looks like rather modern, doesn't it? Perhaps the police station used to be on this site, but you can see now is the medical centre. A little bit further along here and see what else we can see. There's a lot of council properties, well, once were council properties here built on the left. It's hard to pin this one down, but I would say just around here, see where all these new houses are? There used to be a pub along here, and it was once called the Painter's Arms, and it was here right up until the 2016, I believe. I think it was here, just here on this court, with this house here. I think it was around here anyway. The Painters Arms. It had been there since around 1817. It was one of the oldest pubs in the Black Country, the Painters Arms, and it had been up almost 200 years before finally getting flattened for this little housing estate here. Is this still a Conservative club?
I think it's had 9.
It is?
Yeah, I think it is.
Crikey.
Yeah, look.
I can see the sign. I look at it and I think it looks so old and decrepit. You didn't think it would still be open as a
I
club?
don't know
I
whether
don't think it is
Would you?
open by the looks
No,
of it.
that's what I thought. I mean, that place is pretty old as well, isn't it? Used to be greengrocers or something once.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can remember this for a good time club.
Yeah,
but
you do. But you actually need to open for a while.
no, we could build it.
All right, cheers
Okay.
anyway. Thank you. There you go. They didn't seem to know whether it was still a Conservative club. The canal does run along underneath this particular street. So where we're walking now is the Birmingham Canal. On the corner, if I just pan you around here on the corner here, just here actually, there was once stood a post office. But who remembers that? Well, I certainly don't, but somebody told me there was. There's Langley Avenue. That's a kind of a newish road. Certainly around these particular parts, there was roads called Beach Street and Grange Street over there, but I don't believe those two particular roads exist any longer. As you can see, where once many terraced houses once stood, they're all rather modern and new now. We'll continue along Tunnel Street, where the canal is running, and the Birmingham Canal runs beneath our feet. And when we get to the end of here, we should reach Ivy House. This is where Tunnel Road ends, and if you look ahead, it now becomes Fallbrook Avenue. Okay, so what I'm going to go down now is Ivy House Lane, and just ahead of me is this building here called the Hair Studio. Not sure, it looks like they do have a customer. But this was once a pub, I believe, called the Horse and Jockey. That had stood here since 1849. I think it was around about 2004 when it no longer became the Horse and Jockey Public House. And if we cross the road, well, we've got a couple of customers. Not doing too badly, is it? You can see just through here, you can see the old pub car park, look. It's all overgrown now. And we finally, as we reach Ivy House Lane, we also find the exit of the tunnel, Coseley Tunnel. This is the Birmingham Canal. And that's where the tunnel is, just here. Where I showed you where the Coseley Tunnel began, in School Street, this is where it now ends, and the Birmingham Canal, as you can see, continues its merry way. So Ivy House Lane will continue along there. Now I just thought I'd show you this little bit here. As we're coming down to the bottom end of Ivy House Road, and you can just see a road there called Providence Row. Here was a cinema. This was the Coseley Cinema, and it was built around 1913. And you look at it now, you wouldn't think it was a cinema, but it closed in the 1950s, around about 1957. And it's in such a quiet area here along Ivy House Road. There's a few old terrace properties look ahead, and you can see here it's got now the Coseley Ex-Servicemen's Club and Institute Limited. So it's still in use as a club, but it's been a long time ago since it was a cinema. We'll just go have a quick look up Providence Row, just to show you the side of the once Coseley cinema. You can see it doesn't look that big, does it? But there you go. There's the cinema in a very quiet area indeed. Right, so just coming back on myself now, and I'll just show you this here on the wall. It's called Beware Anti-Vandal Paint. I've never heard of such a thing. And if anybody can tell me what anti-vandal paint is, I mean, do you touch it? Do you get stained forever? Do you get branded with this paint and you can never wash off? Anyway, we're going down Castle Street now, which is the main thoroughfare for the shops here in Coseley, and we're going to have a quick mooch along here and see what kind of shops at Coseley Village are offering the locals and passers-by. So what we got here, we got the library anyway. Nice to see they have a little library, and it would be nice if it was open. Not like the other day when I went to Stone Cross, it was shut. And today is what day is a Thursday today, and it says Thursday it is open from 10 till 5. Actually it's open every single day, all day. Up there is Jevon Street. A lovely caravan on somebody's drive there. I bet the neighbours love them. There was School Street West that I mentioned earlier. A continuous road once, of course, as I said, that used to go straight on through there, but when they changed the road layout, of course, it was bisected. Now, what sort of shops do we have? Because when we come to a town, we all look to Nor's Village or a town, we all love to know what shops we have. We all like to do a bit of window shopping, don't we? And this one, what's this one? Well, that's a chemist, that's a big one. And next door we got Scoffs. Now what do Scoffs do? Fish and chips. Now, I mentioned Scoffs before, haven't I? And the Scoffs I know well is the one down Paynton in Devon. They sell the finest fish and chips I've ever tasted in my life. Scoffs in Paynton. And here we've got a Cosmetics Academy. Alright, we're already making a start, aren't we? We've got Turkish scissors. Oh well, Coseley has got its very own village barbers here. Turkish scissors. And look at those styles there. Would you fancy one of them styles? The gents cut is £13. Big old chairs. We've got a couple of people in there. They're not too bad. Now what we got here, this is called the Great Wall, and this was once a pub. And this was once known as the White Lion, I believe. And this place has been here since 1868. And in 1995 it closed as the White Lion Public House. And in 2001 it got converted to a Chinese takeaway. I tell you what, these Chinese takeaways, you know, they last a very long time. I very rarely hear of a Chinese takeaway closing down, funny enough. Just lying back off Castle Street here, we've got a few shops here. And we've got a newsagent, so we don't see many newsagents these days. But you'll be very rare if you see the word tobacconist on the front anyway. Let's have a look a little bit closer. We've got here, because I can't make out what shop this one is here on the left. Looks like a greengrocer's. It is indeed a greengrocer's. Coseley's got a very own greengrocers. And it is an off-licensing newsagent, and we've got a charity shop just there. Talking of news and booze, there's another booze shop here. another off-licensed general store too in such a short space. In such a short space. Off-licensed general store, best wine. And we've got a hair and beauty. Tipton Building Society. What's that one at the end? Divine Beauty. Beauty nails and hair. Oh, it's so depressing. Such a lovely little village, isn't it, Coseley? And already, we're already inundated with barbers and hair stalls and nail bars. This is a fine looking building, isn't it? This is called the Royal. The Royal has been here for quite some time actually. The Royal has been here since 1859. Still here as a pub. Takes some doing these days to keep these pubs going. And it's not as if it's a small place either. I do believe it was a hotel as well once. It's just called the Royal now. Here's Ebenezer Street. Got a nursery just up there. Ebenezer Street. A few more stores along here with Herons and Greggs here on the left. This is all a one-way street. We've got a lot of well, flats actually all above all the shops along here. And we've got one of these phone accessory stores at the end. We've got a vape zone here. Or at least we have a cafe. And then we've got a massage therapy and an optician's. And another barber's. Oh my goodness, isn't it depressing? Well, I don't know, maybe you'd probably find it quite exciting to see Turkish barbers up and down the high streets. But this one's yet another one. We've got 3 or 4 in such a short row as well. This is haircut, shaving, hot towel and more. Now what would the more be, do you reckon, eh? How many customers you got? Well, he's got 1. They're all quite lavish inside, aren't they? Gold taps and chairs and stuff like that. And we've got, just span you around here, we've got Domino's next to Greggs. And there's the entrance to the car park. I don't know if those toilets open anymore, but there's Canal Street. Again, Canal Street would have gone right through, past where Green Street is now ahead, as you can see all the cars going up and down ahead, but that would have continued through there. Now we've got another bookies here, William Hill, and we've got the Coseley post office. Not much left else to see, is there really, in Coseley? Oh no, what have we got here? It's got its, oh I don't know, it's got, well, we've got nails and hair and beauty here at the Envy Tanning store, and we've got the Apes of Vapes here as well, and it looks like they've got a bit of a coffee lounge going on inside there as well. You can vape and have a coffee at the same time, I'd imagine. We've got a tattoo bar here, and we've got a fish bar, yeah, chip shop, and this one is a dentist. Now, I'm not really, I just want to show you something, if I can get to the end here of the dentist. At least here in Coseley, there are a lot of green spaces here in the centre. Lots of trees. You can't knock Coseley for its green spaces and trees, plenty of them. In autumn, it'll be probably quite spectacular. There's a little metal fence around this tree. Is this the Christmas tree? Does it put lights on that one? Anyway, I'm not really sure of the frontage of this place, but where the front of the cinema once. But here stood the cinema. We used to have the Coseley Cinema, which was the original down in Ivy House Lane, which closed in the 50s. This one took a lot of the revenue from the Coseley Cinema, because this one here, called the Clifton, opened here in 1939, the Clifton Cinema, and it opened with a Ralph Richardson film and also a Will Hay film called Oh Mr. Porter. I'm sure many of you know of Oh Mr. Porter. but it closed in 1963. Didn't have much of a chance, did it? 23, 24 years, that's all it was open for. And the Clifton after 1963 was no more. And less than a year later, it was all bulldozed, so they could build all these shops here on the left. So to knock down the cinema, we got vets and dentists and a load of Turkish barbers. Anyway, on that very sarcastic note, we'll leave Coseley, and yeah, and if you haven't been, I haven't been to Coseley for quite some time, but sadly I've got to say I've really been rather underwhelmed. Well, I have to say that my experience of walking through Coseley village has been very, very underwhelming. I know there's a few shops here down Castle Street, but really, look at the shops that they've got. I was quite pleasantly surprised though to find a greengrocer's, but I didn't see a butcher's. But I saw plenty of barbers. I saw plenty nail bars and hair and beauty salons, and so a lot of the men and the women should look rather coiffured around this village of Coseley. Very disappointing shops, a very disappointing area actually, and I don't know really else what to say. A lot of the history, such as the police station, the council house, the fire station, and one or two other pubs that used to frequent around Coseley have now all but gone, and so I'm not really sure what brings people into Coseley anymore. Sad really, because I'm sure that once back in the day Coseley was a very lovely, quaint little village, but it doesn't seem like that anymore. Anyway, that's my take. I mean, many of you might feel quite differently about Coseley. But anyway, we leave it to that, and if you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.